This video will cover 17 through 20 on page 4-27. So all of the previous videos and notes had the 4 different types of story problems we could have. So where you could just be given a slope and a y-intercept, where you would be given a slope and an ordered pair, or where you would be given 2 ordered pairs. Those are all similar ones. And then the different one was where you're comparing or using 2 different items. So if we look at our first one, right away it says 2 types of bird seed. So that right there tells us that we have our standard form one, where we need to use our X and our Y. So for X is going to be the thistle bird seed, and Y I will use for the wild bird seed. So $1.60 per pound of the thistle, so $1.60 X, and then 95 cents per pound for wild, and we spent a total of $23.40. So there's your first step, is coming up with your equation. Even if you can't do the equation, you should hopefully be able to answer the question that if she bought 12 pounds of wild bird seed, how much thistle bird seed did she buy? So our wild bird seed is Y, so you're going to plug 12 in for Y. Again, many of you can do this without actually writing the whole equation, which is totally fine. But if you do want to do it step by step, this is what it would look like. We're plugging 12 in for the Y. So then when I multiply 95 cents times 12, I get $11.40. So she spent $11.40 on the wild bird seed. So when I subtract it, so $1.60x would equal $12. So she's got $12 left to spend. So then we need to divide that by $1.60 to figure out she bought 7.5. So 7.5 pounds of thistle bird seed would be your final answer. So again, figuring out that you take 95 cents times 12 to get $11.40, subtract that to get 12, and then divide by $1.60 to end up with 7.5 pounds of the thistle bird seed. All right, number 8, when you read through it, you'll notice there's lots of numbers in here. So here's what's important. 2 weeks was 194 pounds, 6 weeks was 186 pounds. So you have weeks and pounds being used twice each. That tells you we have 2 ordered pairs. So 2 194 is one ordered pair, and then 6 186 is another ordered pair. So when you have 2 things being used twice, weeks and weeks, pounds and pounds, that tells you you have your 2 ordered pairs. So I'm going to do 186 minus 194. So you can see he lost weight, so your slope should be negative. So that gives me negative 8 over 4, which is negative 2. So that would be negative 2 pounds per week. If you think about your rate, pounds was on the top, per, you're dividing week. So he lost an average of 2 pounds per week. Then we need to write out our equation. So 194 is equal to negative 2 times 2 plus b. So 194 equals negative 4 plus b. Then we add 4 to get b equals 198. So that's his starting value. So that tells you he started at 198 pounds. So y equals negative 2x plus 198. So he started at 198 pounds and he's losing 2 pounds per week. So that's the first part of your answer. The second part says how much will he weigh after 12 weeks. So that means you're going to plug the 12 in for x. So negative 2 times 12 plus 198 would give us 174 pounds. So those are the 2 answers that you need. Our next one, a landscape company charges $35 to deliver mulch. The cost of the mulch is $29 per cubic yard. So all it gave us was two separate numbers. So that tells you it has to be a slope and a y-intercept. So this word per tells us that that one is the slope. So y equals 29x plus 35. It costs $35 no matter what for them to deliver, and then $29 per cubic yard. So that's your equation. Then we need to figure out how much it's going to cost to have 6 cubic yards delivered. So that means you're going to do 29 times 6 plus 35. And that would give us $209. So this equation and that final answer. Our last one, we have a savings account. Here's $25 per month, so that tells you that's your slope. Here's your ordered pair, 9 months, $300. So 9 months, $300, and our slope is $25. So 300 is equal to 25 times 9 plus b. So 300 equals 225 plus b. Subtract 225. B is equal to 75. So your equation is y equals 25x plus 75. So let's think about what that means. It means every month she's going to put $25 in. After 9 months, she went up to $300. So that means we need to know how much she started with. Her mom gave her a check to start a savings account. When you find your y-intercept, your b, you're finding your starting amount. So she started with a $75 check from her mom. Those are your two answers. You also could find it by putting a 0 in for x because she hasn't saved for any months.